Do you think you know yourself? Most people don't. They know their habits, their hobbies, maybe their fears, but they don't know their capacity. They don't know what they are capable of, for good or for evil. You have to know yourself. It's one of the most important confrontations you'll ever have in your life. And you don't just start by reinventing yourself. You start by observing yourself. Watch what you do. Watch what you avoid. Track your patterns, your impulses, your temptations. When do you lie? When do you speak the truth? When do you compromise your values? The answer to those questions are the real you, not the version you post on social media. And if you can't tell the truth about your behavior, you'll never access the truth about your own nature. You are a deeply complex being. You contain darkness, you contain light. And if you ignore either one of them, you stay blind. Knowing yourself also means understanding your potential, not just where you are, but where you could be. You must ask, what would I do if I took responsibility seriously? Who could I become if I truly tried? Then look at what's in your way. The laziness, the resentment, the distraction. Those are not just bad habits. They are barriers between you and who you could be. And the more you confront those honestly, the more you start to see yourself clearly, with strength, with depth, with fear, and with hope. If you want to know yourself, you have to stop pretending and start observing. Start writing down things. Start telling the truth. You know what happens to men who don't finish things? There is a graveyard full of unfinished dreams buried by men who quit too soon. And if you're not too careful, yours will be next. They die inside a little more every single time they choose to quit. You might not notice it at first. You quit the gym once, feels okay. You don't call the client back, no big deal. You drop that project, you tell yourself, I'll get back to it. But deep down, your brain knows and it remembers. Every time you do it again, it believes you less. And then one day you wake up and the fire is gone. No more belief, no more discipline, no more fight. And you look in the mirror and barely recognize the man staring back. That's what's at stake. I'm not telling you to finish because it's a motivational quote. I'm telling you to finish because your future depends on it. You don't get respect by starting 1,000 things. You get respect by seeing one thing through, no matter how hard, no matter how long. And here's the part nobody tells you. It's supposed to feel heavy. Of course it's hard. Of course you want to quit. That's what makes finishing rare. You think strong men are gifted? No, fool. They're just the ones who finish the job when every voice inside them screams to stop. And brother, that's what you need to become. A man of completion, a man whose word means something, a man his future family can trust because he's already proven it to himself. And I'll tell you right now, you already know what you need to finish. You don't need another video. You don't need another plan. You need to close this app and go handle it, and don't come back here until it's done, or you'll just be another man in the graveyard of unfinished dreams. Nice guys, let me remind you, the world doesn't care how nice you are. It moves for men who take, not ask. Being a nice guy is just a slow way to disappear. History doesn't remember polite. It remembers powerful commanders, killers, builders, kings, and those who rebelled. Nice guys trade their fire for approval. They hold doors for people who walk all over them. They text good morning while the other guy takes her soul. And deep down, they know it. They feel the weight, the fake smiles, the missed chances, the quiet resentment that's building inside of them. Being liked is not a skill, it's a trap. This world moves when you do, not when you wait, not when you are hoping to be noticed. The crown doesn't go to the nicest, it goes to the coldest men who stayed warm on the inside, but never bowed down on the outside. We've often thought from a young age that niceness is the highest virtue. Be polite, be agreeable, don't raise your voice, and certainly don't get angry. But the problem is, that's not morality, that's social compliance. You're not nice because you're good. You're nice because you're afraid of conflict, afraid of judgment, afraid of your own potential for aggression. But as a man, if you are incapable of standing up for yourself or for others, then you're not moral. You are harmless, and harmless men don't change the world. They don't protect their family. They don't stop injustice. They get trampled quietly and then wonder why nobody respects them. To avoid disrespect, you need to integrate the shadow. Your anger, your ambition, your lust, suppress your need to dominate and protect. You've been told to push those parts away, so you pretend they're not there, but they are. And when a man suppresses his shadows, it leaks. It's usually in passive aggression, outbursts, or breakdown. I've seen men go through all three in 1 week. You can't be trusted if you haven't made peace with your own darkness. And you absolutely cannot protect anything if you are incapable of violence. This is my belief to the core. As a man, if you are completely harmless, then you are incomplete, because the goal is not to become a monster. It's to become someone who could be but chooses not to. Like the famous saying says, it's better to be a warrior in a garden than a gardener in a war. Which one would you rather be? So here's what you do. Start saying no without feeling the need to explain yourself. Get as physically strong as possible, because you need to know what you're capable of. And that can give you a great confident boost to stand up for yourself and others. Then I need you to stop apologizing for taking space. You can't be going through a hall and saying, I'm sorry, excuse me. You're not even in the way. You're just saying I'm sorry for no reason, for taking up space. And then I need you to speak with precision. Say what you mean. I started this channel at some point because I wanted to improve my communication. This is the one everybody seems to hate. Start practicing confrontation, not to hurt, but to hold your ground. You don't need to be angry to be assertive. You don't need to be loud to be powerful. You need to be whole. Stop being so nice. Let people feel your boundaries. Let them sense that behind your calm eyes is fire that chooses not to burn them. The world doesn't need more agreeable men. It needs strong men, disciplined men, men who've integrated the shadow, because those men can be trusted with real power and real peace.
Maybe later. That phrase kills more dream than failure ever could. Most men keep saying, I'll start tomorrow, I'll change next week, I'll go harder when I feel ready. But the reality is they won't. They'll keep lying to themselves until the opportunity is gone, and they're stuck watching men who actually moved when it mattered. Look around you. The life you have, the life you hate, you built it break by fucking break with procrastination. Every time you skipped a workout, every time you missed an opportunity, every time you said, I'll do it later, was another brick, another cell bar in the prison you're stuck in right now. The amount of things I can do right now compared to what I could have done 5 years ago is astonishing. All I had to do was get structured and disciplined, and that takes work and perseverance. You keep waiting for motivation, but real men don't wait for a feeling. They move through the resistance, they move through the boredom, they move through the pain, because they know something you haven't learned yet, and that is later becomes never. You said you'd fix your body, you didn't. You said you'd start your business, you haven't. You said you'd build your brand, you haven't. You said you'd lock in this year, but you're still scrolling like a damn child. You make excuses. When opportunity comes knocking, you say, call me later. You tell yourself, start tomorrow, start next Monday. You sound like everybody else, and that's exactly why you'll stay like everybody else until you get disgusted enough to finally change. The window is closing. Then you either become a man of action or a man who's a story of what could have been. Decide now, because later is a lie. I watched a man cry in his car for 20 minutes straight. He was in his 40s. He had a wife who ignored him, kids who disrespected him, a job that barely acknowledged his existence. He wasn't a bad man. He never cheated. He never yelled. In fact, he was nice, maybe a little too nice. And that's what destroyed him, because nice is a code for harmless, and harmless men get used. They keep the peace while their soul quietly decay. They avoid conflict until their whole life becomes one. Stop being a nice guy. Be someone with boundaries, with edge. Say no, speak up, have values, fight for your morals, stand your ground, because this world doesn't respect agreeable men. It respects men who can bite but chooses not to. Remember, stay consistent, stay disciplined, and subscribe, you bastards.
Let me ask you something. You ever notice the guy who's always available never gets chosen? You are there when they need you. You check in, you help out, you make time. And when it's your turn, it's all silence. When it's your birthday, it's forgotten. And when you finally speak up, they say you're too much. Let me tell you what's happening. You're not too much. You're too nice. And people don't respect nice. They use it. I used to think being liked is the same thing as being respected, but it's not. In fact, it's the fastest way to become invisible. You
see, the more you try to please, the more they test you. The more you fold, the less they listen. People don't hear you when you're soft, they hear you when you stand on something. And I know you probably think you're doing it right. You don't want to hurt anyone. You want to be the good guy. You want to be the safe choice. But here's the truth. If you never say no, your yes means nothing. If you never disagree, people assume you have no spine. And if you never draw the line, don't get mad when they step on you. You trained people to treat you like this. You allowed it, and for too long, because you were scared to be alone. You were scared to lose them. You were scared to get into a confrontation. You were scared to speak your mind and risk being misunderstood. But listen, the moment I started moving like I had options, like I actually respected my own time, my own space, my own path, that's when everything changed for me. Not that I became louder, I just became clear with my stance and my boundaries. Not that I became rude, but I stopped being afraid to walk away. And people feel that. They know who they can play with and they know who they can't. So here's the part you need to hear, the solution, the fucking cure. You don't get respect by accident. You earn it by how you move, what you allow, what you walk away from. You don't need to beg for it. You don't need to prove anything. You need to mean what you say and act like it. You're not becoming toxic. You're just having boundaries and becoming solid. Don't listen to nobody telling you otherwise so they can take advantage of you. No more shrinking yourself. No more overthinking. No more playing nice while your self-respect gets slaughtered in the background. Be calm. Be firm. And when something doesn't feel right, walk.
Listen, people pleasing, it always starts small. Letting things slide. Saying it's fine when it's not. Smiling when something feels off. One day it's just keeping the peace. Next thing you know, it's nothing about your life that feels like you anymore. People call it kindness, but deep down, it's fear. Fear of being judged. Fear of not being accepted. So instead of standing firm, nice guys fold. And every time they do, it chips away at their confidence, clarity, and direction. Listen, people pleasing, it doesn't make life easier. It makes regret harder. Potential doesn't show up for the agreeable. It shows up for the ones who speak the truth, even if it costs them comfort. Listen, you're not stuck. You're just too busy trying to be liked, too focused on making them feel comfortable. And God ain't saying you're here to be everyone's footstool. God already approved you. He gave you the green light. But instead of moving, you're just out here begging for permission from people who ain't even walking right. You pray for breakthrough, but perform for applause. You chase validation, then blame God when doors don't open. How does that make any sense to you? You can't follow his path and everyone else's feeling at the same time. Stop people pleasing. It's not love, it's fear. Stop being scared, because fear don't build kings, it builds servants. And if you're going to be a servant, it better be a servant of Christ. Fix your posture. Have some confidence. God is watching and he's waiting for you to stop waiting on other people. They don't like you. They just like that you never say no. You laugh at jokes that are not even funny. You apologize for existing. You say it's fine while boiling inside in anger. Till one day you snap, you explode. Not because you're dramatic, but because you've been silent for too long. Stop people pleasing. Start saying no without a reason. Leave when you're tired. Set clear boundaries. Stand and defend them. Because if kindness means betraying yourself, it's not kindness, it's submission. And you are not born to submit to men, only to God. Some men don't even know they're in a cage because the bars ain't made of steel. They're made of warm beds, Wi-Fi, fast food, TikTok games, and all the shorts. He can't sleep at night. He scrolls more than he speaks. He's not constantly under attack like his ancestors. He's not chasing his next meal or planting anything. He's just sitting. He's full, entertained, and low-key miserable. He can't sleep right. He scrolls more than he speaks. His dreams are on hold. His drive is quiet. His edge is gone. This is what happens when men gets too comfortable. He stops showing up for himself. He still talks big, but his actions barely moving. No routine, no discipline, always tired but never working hard, always busy but getting nothing done. He's not building anything, not his body, not his future, and certainly not his character. And then he wonders why he's stuck. And the damn truth is, he chose easy. Every time life gave him an option,
He picked what felt good, and now he's stuck in a loop that's slowly killing his potential. And you don't fix this by talking about it. You fix it by doing the hard work even when you don't feel like it. Lift the damn weights, wake up early, pick a damn goal and stick with it for once in your life. Then I'ma need you to turn the phone off and honestly let your friends go if they're dragging you down. Say no to comfort before it turns into regret. Because the truth is, life is always gonna be hard. But at least choose the hard that makes you stronger so you can get something out of it. Because right now, comfort is slowly turning men into ghosts. They are here but not alive.
War is simply two sides clashing. Think of World War II. Whether it's over land, resources, influence, or power, life is the exact same. Everything you want, another man wants. The dream house, someone else grinding for it. That business success, someone else is building right now. That influence, that wealth, that freedom, you're not the only one after it. And there is no participation trophies in war. You either win or you lose. The weak hesitate, the strong take action. The battlefield of life doesn't care about excuses, only result. To win, you must be the last one standing. And to be the last one standing, you must never quit. This is urgent. You need to move with conviction, with discipline, and with unstoppable energy. Every day wasted is a day your enemy is getting stronger. The moment spent doubting is the moment someone else is taking action. Everything is war, and in war, hesitation is death. Attack, win, dominate. Subscribe. Let me ask you something. How many times have you said, this time I'm serious? You start strong, make progress, then you fall right back to square one. You get excited, work hard for a few weeks, maybe even months. Then life hits. You skip a day. One day turns into a week, and suddenly you back at zero. Watching everyone else win, asking yourself, why not you? But it's not motivation. It's that you never stayed long enough to see result, true result. So why do most men fail? Because success isn't about grinding when you're hyped up. It's about showing up when you don't feel like it. The days when it's slow, when you're not seeing results, that's when most people quit. But the winners, they never stop. They don't focus on the results. They don't focus on the slowness. They just focus on the goals ahead. They don't focus on instant gratification because they know 3 years, 4 years, 5 years down the line, they're going to have everything they need. They're going to have everything they want. They kept putting in the work when they felt like nothing was happening. You can't get strong by going to the gym once a week. You can't build wealth by grinding for a month, then vanishing. The guy that's still going, he wins. You want to beat the odds? Keep showing up when it feels like nothing's changing. That's when you build true success. Every time you quit, you push your goals further away. There is no shortcut, only consistency. So stop resetting. Stop waiting. Picture this. A man is standing in a rotting house. The walls are crumbling, roof is leaking, and mold is choking the air. He's got a hammer, nails, and a bucket of paint, yet he refuses to fix his own place. He's running next door, patching someone else's wall, painting their shutters. Rain soaks his floor, and he doesn't care. He keeps going. Day by day, he's at it, fixing everybody else's house until his own house collapses and he's got nothing left. And the neighbors, they're already complaining about chipped nails and how you could have patched the walls better. And that man is you. You don't even see it. You care way too much. You are bleeding yourself for people who would rather complain to you while you're drowning instead of giving you a helping hand. Every yes to their whining, every sleepless night over their mess is a nail to your coffin. You think it's noble? It's not. Look around you. Your life is the rotting house. Your dreams caving in, energy gone. You are carrying everyone's weight and they don't care back. They take, they shrug, they move on. You are left with the wreckage. Strength is fixing your roof first before you go fixing other people's roofs. It's not because you're cruel. It's because you finally open your eyes. They're not your burden. Stop caring so much where it's wasted. Start salvaging yours before it's too late. Because if you don't, you'll be buried under the rubble and no one is coming to dig you out. Nice Nice guys don't finish last. They don't even finish. They get used, drained, and discarded. They give, hoping for something in return. They stay quiet, thinking it will make them more likable. They bend over backward, believing it will make people appreciate them more. But they don't. They take what they need and move on. And you wanna know why? Because you already taught them that your time is free, your kindness has no cost, and your presence is guaranteed. The world doesn't value what it doesn't respect, and people don't respect what they can easily replace. Stop waiting for appreciation. Stop expecting fairness and start setting boundaries. Start putting yourself first. A man who respects himself first never has to beg for it from others.
Wanna know the fastest way to destroy your life before 30? It's easier than you think. Most people do it without even realizing it. Here's exactly how to ruin your 20s. Spend most of your time scrolling Instagram, TikTok, X, YouTube. Just focus on consuming, never creating, never learning, just vibing. Avoid discomfort at all costs. Don't hit the gym. Don't start a business. Don't improve your skills. Just chill. Life is short, right? Stay in toxic relationship, whether it's friends, family, or relationships. If they bring you down, keep them around because loyalty. Don't save money, blow it all. Clothes, clubs, takeout, vacation, OnlyFans, games. Live like you're rich even though you're broke. Avoid taking risk. Don't start that business. Don't take that trip. Don't invest. Just play it safe and broke. Party every weekend, play the game every weekend, get drunk, recover, repeat. Years gone. Do not hold yourself accountable. Blame everyone else, your parents, the government, your environment. Never take responsibility. Always point fingers. And then my favorite one. Chase women every day. Instead of chasing purpose, build no skills, no income, no future, just DM and dates. And if you can't go on dates, pay OnlyFans and watch porn all day. Then you want to start making as much excuses as possible. I'm too young. I'm too tired. I'll do it later. Later never comes. Then you want to ignore time. Act like you got forever. You don't though. Your 20s are the foundations of your life. You either build something or destroy it. But don't get mad when you're 30, broke, lost, and blaming the world. Because deep down, you'll know it was you the whole time. You want to know the sad part? Most people will still do this and regret it later. Don't be most people.
Being a nice guy isn't the same as being a good man. Nice guys seek approval for no reason. They put others first at their own expense. They bite their tongue, shrink themselves, and expect the world to reward them for it. But life doesn't work that way. It never has. The world doesn't respect men who doesn't respect themselves. If you let people walk all over you, they will. If you never ask for what you want, you'll never get it. If you keep waiting for someone to choose you, you'll always be last speak. So how do you stop? First, you need to understand this. Being agreeable won't make you valuable. The only thing that will increase your value is being needed. So start developing skills and then set boundaries. Start saying no without feeling guilty. Speak your mind even if your voice shakes. Stop apologizing for existing. Confidence isn't given, it's built. It starts when you decide that your needs matter too. Like I said in the last video, nice guys finish last, not because they are kind, but because they are weak. Strong men, they lead, they win, and they don't wait or ask for permission to win.
Regret is a slow poison. It seeps in little by little. Yesterday's choice becomes today's burden. You replay each moment over and over. You think, I should have done this, or I should have said that. Every decision you made was the best you could at that time. Mistakes are not failures. They are lessons. They teach you, shape you, and guide you forward. Regret is just your mind trying to change what cannot be changed. Let go of that heavy weight. The past is set in stone. The future is yours to build. Do not waste your time trapped in what might have been. Learn from your missteps, embrace them, then move forward with newfound strength and wisdom. It's all experience for you to do better. At the end of your journey, you will not regret your actions. You will regret the time you spent dwelling on them. So stand up and start stepping forward, and let every mistake be the foundation for a brighter future.
Comes a point where the version of you that keeps getting disrespected has to die, not improve. not tweet, execute it, because that version of you, the people pleaser, the overly emotional, the soft-spoken, the I just want peace version, he's the reason they talk to you like that. He's the reason she left. He's the reason you're broke, confused, and sitting in silence pretending everything's okay. I had to marry him. Not once, not twice, but over and over again. Every time I caught myself explaining my word, every time I chose comfort over confrontation. You think you're being a good man because you're taking the high road, but no, you're just scared of confrontation. You're scared to become the monster you were born to be. You wear kindness like it's a mask, hoping the world will play fair, but you know it only respects power and restraint. And here's the hard truth. Your wisdom means nothing until you've tasted chaos. Your discipline means nothing until you stared down temptation in the face and did not